Hello, welcome to Mentoring with the Masters. Today you're going to hear from Bruce Blackwell about pro bono. Bruce is the perfect person to speak to you about pro bono, as he is a past president of the Florida Bar Foundation. He is also the 7th person in Florida to have received the ABA's Pro Bono Publico Award, as well as a recipient of the 34th Annual Florida Bar Foundation Medal of Honor. Without further ado, here's Bruce.
It's my pleasure today to talk to you a little about the importance of pro bono service. When I started my career as a lawyer a little more than 38 years ago, I worked in-house for a very major corporation. And no one in my legal department actually performed pro bono work, but I thought it was important. And so I went to the local legal aid office, and they gave me a topic that I knew nothing about. And I actually helped put together a manual for them that related to age discrimination. And that was my start of work in legal aid. And after a number of years, I came to work in the private practice. And what I learned as a Florida lawyer is that we barely meet 20 to 25% of the needs of the most needy citizens in our state. And we're one of only 11 states in the country that do not provide civil legal assistance as a part of our legislative grant. I want you to know and appreciate what your Supreme Court thinks about pro bono work. Pro bono work, in the words of the Supreme Court, and I hope this is one of the things that I hope you will do, that every year, at least twice, you will read the rules of professional conduct. Because if you do, you'll be a better lawyer. And what you should also look at is the preamble. And in the preamble, your Supreme Court in the Florida Bar says this: a lawyer should be mindful of deficiencies in the administration of justice and of the fact that the poor, and sometimes persons who are not poor, cannot afford adequate legal assistance. Therefore, all lawyers, that includes all you people who are members of the YLD, should devote professional time and resources and use your civic influence to ensure equal justice to our system of justice for those who, because of economic or social barriers, are unable to secure adequate legal counsel. And what they finish by saying with regard to that is a lawyer should aid the legal profession in pursuing these objectives. And I know you're thinking right now, well, why is that important? Well, it's important for a whole lot of reasons. And one reason that is important is because I think when each and every one of you chose to become a lawyer, you did so at least in part because you wanted to make a difference in somebody else's life. And after 34 years or so in private practice, I can tell you that the most change that I have ever affected in a positive way has been doing pro bono cases. And I've done them in areas that I knew nothing about. And what you will find is if you will do it as well, you will get great personal satisfaction. What also, though, will you get? What you will get by taking a family law case or a guardian ad litem case or an immigration case or any of the other cases that your legal aid organizations take is the ability to interact with a number of senior lawyers in your profession and the judges that you will be seeing for the entire period of your career. I have seen pro bono work for lawyers that have helped them become presidents of YLD and presidents of the Florida Bar, and successful persons in front of both juries and non-juries. And so if you can learn from that, and if you can in fact perform that service, you will make a difference not only in your professional life, but you truly will make a difference in the lives of those that you serve. Robert Kennedy once said, "Few will have the greatness to bend history itself. But each of us can work to change a small portion of events, and in the total of all of those acts will be written the history of this generation." Winston Churchill said, and most of you may not even know who Winston Churchill is, but he was the Prime Minister of England during World War II, said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." If you perform pro bono service, you'll be doing yourself a favor, you'll be doing your profession a favor, and you will be truly making positive change. And positive change is what we should all be about. And if we get each and every one of you to do that, each and every one of you, we will be like an army of advocates, and we can affect change, and we can assist the poorest members of our society, those who need us most, and who can give us nothing back except the satisfaction for having done it. I appreciate y'all taking the time to listen to this, because pro bono probably is not at the top of your agenda, but it is important, and if you do it, you will find rewards far beyond the hours. And the last thing I will tell you is that virtually every legal aid program in the state, particularly in every urban area, has training for you, and they provide malpractice coverage for you. Take a risk, go into something you don't know, make a difference, change a life. Thank you so much for listening.